In this video, we are talking about the process of creating content. What's yours? Hey there, I hope you're doing awesome. Today, we are going to talk about the process of creating content. Everyone has their own process of how they come up with ideas and then how they make those ideas happen, whether it's an artist, a photographer, a writer, even an entrepreneur, this whole process of creating a business. I absolutely am fascinated to learn the processes of all of these different creatives and how they do their best work. I am a fan of Tim Urban, who has the blog Wait But Why. If you've never checked it out, I encourage you to do so. He is such an incredible writer, and his pieces will absolutely make you think. They are totally worth the read and checking out if you haven't done so. So I get an email the other day from him, and it is basically like many of his emails. He is inviting the reader to go over to his blog to check out his latest article. So that's what the email is about. It's kind of setting the stage to get us excited to go over and read the full article. And while the full article was definitely interesting, what I found even more interesting was something that he actually said in the email. So I wanted to read that to you. I was inspired and I wanted to share it with you. So here we go. The email, like I said, the email is setting us up to go over to read the full article on the blog. And he says, I hope you like reading it, meaning the article. I hope you like reading it as much as I liked writing it. And then at the end of that sentence, there's an asterisk. And it says, I hated writing it because it was really hard. But now that it's done and I'm happy with how it came out, I incorrectly remember writing it as an enjoyable experience. I hope you like reading it as much as I incorrectly remember liking writing it. I love that. I absolutely love that paragraph because I have felt that way in my own content creation, or really in a process of creating anything, even in business. Have you ever felt that way? Have you ever written an article or you did a video and while you're doing it, it's torture. It isn't coming out the right way. It doesn't look the way that you envisioned it. It doesn't sound the way that you want it to. And then when you're done and you have this beautiful piece of work, it was worth it. You feel so satisfied. You feel so great about it. But in the process, it can be grueling. And when I read that, I laughed because I've actually heard many writers, many beautiful writers, talk about the challenge of writing, the challenge of sitting down and creating this beautiful piece that is going to resonate with a lot of people, how they get those ideas out on paper and into the world. And that's what I find for all of us, for anyone that's creating anything. Like I said, whether you're writing poetry, you're doing photography, you're shooting videos, whatever it is, we have this idea of how we want it to look, of how we want it to be. And sometimes, most of the time, it is a process to get there. It is a process to get it to look the way that we envision it. And so I loved that Tim said this. I loved that he shared that he was so proud of this work, but how hard it was to write. And that's why it was so good, because he put that much time and energy and effort into creating it, into making it so great. And he's been writing for such a long time, so he just gets better and better. And it reminded me that in all of life, in everything that we do, and all of the things that we're trying to get better at and strive for, we have to keep doing. We have to keep showing up. We have to keep working at it. We have to keep putting things out into the world until they become this beautiful thing that we envision, until it becomes the masterpieces that we know we can create, but sometimes we just aren't there yet. But it can't stop us from doing and sharing and continuing to get better. So even when it feels painful, even when it feels like we're never gonna get there, we have to keep pushing. So Tim, thank you for your post. As always, I so appreciate all of your articles. They're very interesting. Again, if you haven't checked out his blog, Wait But Why, I encourage you to do so. And I also encourage you to just figure out your process, stay true to your process when you're creating content, and just know that that masterpiece that you see will come out. It will come out in the end. Do you ever feel that struggle when creating content? Do you ever feel like the process can be really grueling? And when you do, how do you stay motivated? What do you do? I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like it. And I would love to hear from you, so comment below and share your thoughts. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I invite you to do so you don't miss more videos just like this. I'll see you next time.